Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. I am a wife and a mother and a lover of all things makeup and skincare. So today I am super excited because I'm going to be doing a blush, bronzer, and highlighter empties. So I just wanted to say a few things before we get started. First, I know that my collection is like a lot larger than most people's. I have been doing this not necessarily as like a job, but kind of like that for the past 5 years. I've had my Instagram account, so I do purchase more makeup than the average person probably would. I also did receive a few of these products in PR, so I didn't purchase all of the products that I'm going to be showing you. So just so you guys know, don't feel bad if you have a much smaller collection than me. I know that I have an excessive amount, and I also wanted to let you guys know that even though this is a declutter, I'm not just excessively getting rid of products just to get rid of them, just for like a video. The only reason I'm even doing these declutters is because I want to get my collection down to products that I would actually be okay with like panning them for an entire year, because my basic goal is to every single product that is in my collection I want to be able to fully use up. And if it is a product that I'm going to be upset if I'm going to have to spend an entire year panning it, then it's just not something that I need in my collection. And there's somebody that I know that will get a lot more use out of it than I would. So there are a few products that it's just like, I would be so upset if I had to spend like a full year using this product almost every single day. And I just feel like if I feel that way about a product, then I need it to be out of my collection. So yeah, any of the products that I end up decluttering, I'm going to be giving to a family member or a friend. So don't worry, they're not going to waste. I'm not just like throwing them in the trash. And yeah, this declutter is probably not as big as you guys have probably seen. I know a lot of people that do like half of their collection gone. This is not one of those declutters. It is a very minimal declutter, just to kind of curate my collection a little bit more. I eventually want to get to the point where I only have a few products in my collection. That is my like ultimate goal, because I have been a makeup consumer for a very long time, and I have purchased excessively for a very long time, and I'm trying to be smarter about my purchases. And I feel like actually finishing up my products is really going to help me get to the point where my collection is a lot smaller. So yeah, this declutter is just kind of helping me along a little bit. Also, I wanted to just quickly say that when I was filming my declutter, I couldn't really see if something was in focus or not. So a lot in the beginning, especially, a lot of the products are out of focus when I'm trying to show you them. So I really apologize for that. I'm going to try to make sure to not do that in my next section of declutters, because I know that's really annoying. It annoyed me when I was trying to edit it, so I know it annoys you guys, so I'm really sorry about that. This is obviously my first declutter that I've ever done on this channel, so you know, just trying to figure it all out. But yeah, if you guys would like to see me declutter my blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's start with blushes. Clearly, I have way too many blushes. I do not need this many. There's no way I can go through them. It took me like 2 years to finish a single blush. So yeah, I definitely do not need all of these. So I'm going to give them to a better home. So first, let's start with one that I'm definitely going to be keeping, and that is the ColourPop and Disney Designer Collection Floating Lights. This is the Rapunzel blush. This is in my project pan. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I definitely want to keep this because I'm trying to finish it up. So I'm also going to be keeping these two from ColourPop. They are obviously ones that are from their little collabs, and I love ColourPop's collabs. Those are like my favorite things to collect. So this is the ColourPop and Hello Kitty and Friends Bundled Up Blush. I honestly haven't used this very often, but it's very pretty. And then I'm also going to be keeping the ColourPop and Sailor Moon. This is From the Moon. It's a very pretty bright blush. So this is probably one of the only like brighter blushes that I'll keep, because I'm definitely going to want to keep this one in my collection, but I don't need a ton of them. Oh, and also the Mulan blush. This is so beautiful. This is in the shade Matchmaker. Oh, this is one of my favorite blushes. So pretty. So now let's go with one that I know for sure that I want to declutter, and this is actually what started this whole declutter series, and that is this blush from e.l.f. It is the Always Rosy blush. This is what it looks like. This shade is just not something that I reach for very often. It is very pink, and I don't love super pink blushes like this. And this was actually supposed to be the next item in my project pan because it is the oldest blush in my collection now. and I was like, I cannot see myself using this for a full year. I just will not be happy with that. So this is one that is definitely going to be decluttered. I'm putting this little basket over here right now so that I can put the decluttered products in there. Okay, so now let's go back to a product that I'm definitely going to be keeping. This Grande Pop Plumping Liquid Blush is one that I can definitely see myself keeping for a very long time. This is in the shade Mauvicle. I love these kind of tones. They're so pretty. So yeah, this is one that I'm definitely keeping. I'm also 100% going to be keeping this Buxom blush. This is in the shade Seychelles. I love this. This is the kind of tone that I need to like start exclusively using with blushes because it is very neutral, and that is just what I need because colorful blushes just are not for me. Okay, so this blush here I just received. This is from Pony Effect. This is their Be Loved blush, and I just got it. I haven't even used it yet, so I definitely want to keep it. It reminds me a lot of Milani's Baked Blush in Luminoso. I don't know if it actually is a dupe or anything like that because I don't have Luminoso anymore, but it's very, very pretty, and I'm excited to play with it. Okay, so another blush I'm definitely going to be decluttering. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in Rose Romance. This is another one that's like super pinky toned, and I just know that I'm not going to be able to finish this up. And I don't want it to go bad before I like get a chance to use it, so bye-bye. I'm definitely going to be keeping this Tower 28 blush. This is their Beach Please blush in the shade Magic Hour. This is also like very neutral, and that's why I am definitely going to keep it. I just like these kind of tones. They're much better for my skin type. Or my skin undertone. You know what I mean. Another new product to me is this I'm Meme Classic Collection Afternoon Tea Blush Palette. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. It is all matte blushes, but they are very, very pretty, and I like these undertones. Another blush I'm going to be decluttering because I honestly have no idea the last time I even reached for this. This is the Milk Makeup Blush in the shade Work. Truly have no idea the last time I used it, so it's just kind of going to waste in my collection. This ColourPop blush in the shade Wayfarer, my friend, we actually did like a makeup swap, and we swapped makeup products, and she sent me this one, and I'm going to be keeping it because I haven't gotten as much use out of it as I would have liked to, and it's a very pretty shade, and I feel like it's one that I could see myself using. I'm definitely going to be keeping this Kosas Color and Light Cream Duo. This is an 8th Muse. It is so, so pretty. I love this blush shade so much. This is actually a blush and highlighter duo. So I should have put this with my face palettes, not with my blushes, but oh well, she's already here, but I'm keeping her. Another blush that I know for sure I'm going to keep. This is the Kaja Cutie Bento Sweet Sangria. It comes with 2 blushes, and this is very new to my collection. I just got this sent to me in PR, so I'm definitely going to keep it. I love these shades, and I'm excited to play with it some more. So this BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cream Truffle Palette, I honestly don't use it very often, but I still want to keep it. I feel like maybe with having a smaller blush collection, I am a more apt to actually reach for it. I just love this color story so much. I need to put it in a better place in my collection so I will see it more and use it because it's a really, really nice blush palette. This Rare Beauty blush, this is in Bliss. I really, really like this. I feel like it's going to be one that I'm going to have in my collection for a very long time because it's a little goes a very long way with this kind of a product. So I'm excited to keep it, but we're going to be seeing this for a while. Alright guys, we're starting to get to the ones where I'm like unsure. I think I am going to be keeping this Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo in Soft Peach. I really like this color. I feel like it's a really nice blush. I haven't been reaching for it a lot recently. That's the only reason I was kind of considering decluttering it, but there's no way I can. It's so, so nice. I just need to start reaching for it more. It needs to be somewhere where I can see it better. The way I have my collection set up, I don't know, I feel like I need to redo that. That might be another video. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping this. Okay, so I actually think I'm going to be decluttering this Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio. This is in Fair Light, and they reformulated these, and so I feel like I don't know, I don't need this. This is really hard for me to say goodbye to though, because I love Alamar Cosmetics, but there's no reason to keep this around. I haven't reached for it in such a long time. And when I do reach for it, I only use this middle shade. So it's like these two are just completely going to waste in my collection. And this shade is similar to other blushes that I have, so I just need to pass it on to one of my family or friends that actually would use it a lot. Okay, so we're down to the final 3 products. So excited. Okay, so this e.l.f. Putty Blush, I believe this is in Bali. I don't know where like the name is. I think that's so strange that there's no name. This is like the funnest color that I have in my collection, so I don't want to declutter it just yet. Plus, I don't have full thoughts on this formula. So I'm going to keep it, gather my thoughts on this e.l.f. blush formula, and then I might eventually declutter this, but it's definitely staying for now, and I'm happy to have it. Okay, so these final 2 products. I'm going to declutter this Rare Beauty blush. This is in Grace, and even though it's just a tiny little mini, I know I'm not going to reach for this. This color is definitely not something that I would ever have picked for myself. I just got it as like a little freebie, so I'm going to be decluttering that. And then this Ilia Color Haze Multi-Use Pigment in the shade Before Today. I'm going to be keeping this one. I really like this color and I like this formula quite a bit, so yes, I will be keeping this blush. Alright, so I'm keeping 17 products and getting rid of 5. So I told you guys at the beginning of this video that I probably wasn't going to get rid of a ton of products, just because I don't want to just kind of throw them all out or give them away. I do want to try to get as much use out of these products as I possibly can. Sorry, I don't know if you can see all of them. Yeah, you can't. So let's move these guys up so you can actually see them. Can you see all of them now? I don't know. It's really hard for me to tell on the camera like what you guys are actually seeing. But yeah, so getting rid of 5 products and keeping 17, which, you know, is still not great, but it's better than it was, right? Okay, so here are all of my highlighters. I have 11 single highlighters and then 2 highlighting palettes. So I probably am not going to be getting rid of much of this, but we'll see. So the one that I know that I'm definitely going to be keeping is my Becca highlighter in Moonstone. This is in my project pan. It's been in my project pan for such a long time, and obviously I've hit major pan on it. So yeah, I'm excited to fairly soon finish this guy up. That would be awesome. But yeah, it's definitely not one that I could see myself decluttering anytime soon. Another one that I'm definitely going to be keeping is this over highlighter in Glazed Donut. I love this highlighter. It's seriously blinding, and I know that that's not everybody's preference, but I love a good blinding highlight. Not for like every single day, but it's definitely one that I very much enjoy. Okay, so this is going to be painful, guys, but I'm actually going to be decluttering this Disney Fill-Ins ColourPop highlighter. This is in Hades, and it's too dark of a highlight for me. It's like a duochrome, and it's just with my super fair complexion. I have no idea if you guys can even see that, but it's just way too deep on my complexion, so I don't reach for it basically ever. I always reach for any of my other highlighters in my collection before I would reach for this one, and so it's just kind of pointless when I know that I have family members that would absolutely love it. So definitely going to be decluttering that. Unfortunate, but it's happening. Okay, one that I would not ever declutter. I mean, I say that and then in like a year I might declutter it, but whatever. I couldn't see myself decluttering this for a very long time. This is the Nobla Skin Glazing Highlighter in Ozone. This is my favorite highlighter right now. It is just perfect. It is the perfect highlighter. I love it so much. Okay, so this highlighter is brand new to me. This is the Sydney Grace Whipped Berry highlighter. It's very pretty, but I must say it's a little bit dark for me. I'm gonna keep it for now, but I could see myself in the near future decluttering it. So I'm gonna keep it just to try to like use it on my eyes and stuff like that. And I can, if I do it very lightly, I can use it on my face. But yeah, it's just a little bit too dark for me, which is sad because this was actually the highlighter in their like lighter skin tone one. So I don't know why that is, but it's pretty. It's a very pretty highlighter, but just it's not the right color for me. Another new highlighter to my collection is this Kaleidos Array Writer. I just got this. I've only used it 3 times and it is so beautiful. I feel like this is going to become a favorite. It's so nice. I just love it. So definitely going to be keeping this. I will also be keeping this highlighter from ColourPop. This is from their Disney Designer Collection. This is the Part of Your World highlighter. I just feel like it is so pretty. I don't have a lot of pinky highlighters like this in my collection, so it is one that I'm definitely going to be keeping around for quite a bit. It's so pretty. Another one I will be keeping is this e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter. This is in Bubbly. This is like the coolest texture for a highlighter I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys can tell just how like jiggly it is. It's such a cool highlighter. And it is definitely one that I'm going to be keeping around. I love, like, this is blinding, guys. I feel like this is going to be too big of a swatch, but let's just see. Look at that. Whoo! Can you guys see that? It's this one here. So pretty. Holy moly, I love it. Such a good highlighter. I will also be keeping this Pixie highlighter. This is the Glowy Gossamer Duo and Delicate Dew. Once I finish that Becca highlighter, this is probably the one I'll be putting in my project pan because it is pretty old. I got this even before I was on Pixie's PR list, and I feel like I've been on their PR list for quite a long time. It's a very, very good highlighter duo. Alright, well, I'm shocking myself by doing this. I did not anticipate me doing this at all. But this Pixie and Rach Loves highlighter palette, this is their Glow On highlighter palette. I just never reach for this, and I've exclusively kept it around because I love Rach Loves. I've been subscribed to her for such a long time, but I never reach for this. So why am I keeping it around? Man, this one's hard, but it's just kind of taking up space in my collection, and I know I have family members that would actually like use it, so yeah, I'm gonna give it to a family or friend, but this one's a little bit sad. Okay, so this Juvia's Place, this is the Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. This is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. I absolutely love it. It's a very, very blinding highlighter, but it is one that I could not see myself decluttering, so definitely gonna keep it. If you guys didn't know, I'm like obsessed with Juvia's Place. I absolutely love their products, so definitely keeping this. Alright, we're down to the final 2, and just like with blushes, I'm going to be keeping one and decluttering another one. So I'm going to be keeping this ColourPop Disney Designer Collection in Horse and Carriage. This is the Cinderella highlighter. Just dropping it. It is a very blinding highlighter. I absolutely love it. It is one that is a staple in my collection, and I'm going to be so sad if I ever finish this up because then it'll be gone. But it's so pretty, so definitely keeping this around. And that just leaves this RMS Beauty highlighter. This is the Living Glow Face and Body Powder, and unfortunately, guys, this shade is just too dark for me. I really did try to make it work, but it's too dark. So let me do a little swatch for you guys. If you guys can see that, it is incredibly dark, so I can't use it. I was using it with like a fan brush, but I just feel like, I don't know, I don't ever reach for it because it's so dark. So it's gonna go to somebody who could actually use it. Sad to see this one go because I love the like formula, but it's going to waste in my collection. Alright, so I will be keeping 9 single highlighters, and I'm decluttering 2 single highlighters, and then I'm keeping 1 highlighter palette and decluttering 1 highlighter palette. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I feel like even though that's not a ton of progress, I don't want to declutter things just for the sake of a video. I really want to keep things that I'm actually going to use. So if I could see myself using these products, even if I don't fully finish them, I'm going to keep them in my collection. That's just, I paid for these products, so I want to try to get as much use out of them as I can. And if I don't love them, then I shouldn't feel bad about decluttering them from my collection, because it's not like they're going to waste. It's not like I'm throwing them away. They will be given to a good home. So yeah. Alright, so I just kind of combined these categories because I don't have a ton of them in my collection, but these are all of my bronzers here and then all of my face powders here. So I'm actually going to be keeping all 5 of my face powders. I have 2 pressed. The first is the AOA Perfect Finishing pressed powder. I haven't even opened this. I don't know if you guys can see, but like it's still got its packaging on there. I'm going through the CoverGirl Clean Fresh first, and then once I finish this, then I'm going to open this guy. But I don't want to get rid of them because they are the only 2 pressed powders in my collection. And I actually just opened this one up because I was finishing the Flower Light Illusion powder. So yeah, these are the only 2 pressed powders I have in my collection, and I'm very, very proud of that. I will not lie. And then I'm going to be keeping the 3 loose powders that I have as well. The first that I have is this Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. I've only used this a handful of times. I'm really trying to focus on like one powder product at a time. So yeah, this is going to be the next one that I'm going to be working on. But the one I'm currently working on is this Beauty Bakery Flower Better Not Bitter powder. This is the one that I'm currently working on, and I have about half of it left. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so hard to tell what you guys can see. Can't tell if it's like all blurry or not, but I've only got about half of this powder left. There you go. So that is how much of that I have left. I've only got half of it left. And then I'm also going to be keeping this little Hourglass Veil powder. I only have like a mini of it. So definitely going to be keeping that. Okay, so this is not actually technically a bronzer. This is the Happy Glow Lucky Face Bronzing Drops. This is from Baja Bay. They did send this to me, and it wouldn't technically be considered a bronzer. It's more of like a mixing agent that you put in with your foundations and things like that, just to give it a more like a bronzy look to the skin. So yeah, definitely not what I would consider a bronzer, but I didn't really want to put it with my foundation, so I'm putting it here. But I am going to be keeping this in my collection. I really, really like this, and I feel like it's going to be amazing in the summertime because I love a good bronzy look in the summer. Okay, so this is all of my bronzers. I have 6 of them. And I won't lie, I'm only going to be decluttering one of these. So let's talk about the other products and then we'll get to the one I'm decluttering. So first I have this e.l.f. bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. This is in my project pan, so I'm definitely going to be keeping it around. I really want to get as much use out of it as I possibly can this year. I'm really, really hoping to finish it up by the end of the year, but we'll see because it takes forever to finish up bronzers. Next, I'm 100% keeping this Fenty Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Butter Biscuit. This is my favorite bronzer in my collection. I absolutely love this. It is the most amazing bronzer. It's so funny because if you would have asked me like a year ago, I'd have been like, I don't like cream products at all, but this is so good, guys. It's so good. Both of the cream bronzers that I have in my collection are like absolutely incredible. And now I'm kind of at the point where I feel like from now on I just kind of only want to buy cream bronzers because I like them so much more than powder bronzers. So I'm also going to be keeping this Milani matte bronzer. This is a cream bronzer and it is absolutely incredible. This is just a mini of it, but it is so good. I love the undertone of this bronzer so much, and I'm definitely going to be keeping it in my collection. Alright, we're down to the final 3 bronzers. I'm definitely going to be keeping this Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Sunlight. You guys have heard me talk about this quite often recently. It's such a good bronzer. This is probably my favorite powder bronzer in my collection. I really, really enjoy it. So definitely could not see myself getting rid of this anytime soon. And these are the last 2 bronzers. I'm going to be keeping one and decluttering the other. So I am going to be keeping my ColourPop bronzer in Coconut Beach. This is a okay bronzer. This isn't my favorite bronzer in my collection, but it's not one that I could see myself like decluttering or anything like that. It's just an okay bronzer, and I would be fine like actually finishing it up and all of that. So not my favorite, but I'm going to keep it. And then that just leaves my Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer. And I'm definitely going to be decluttering this. I actually was given this to my friend. We did our makeup swap. Brooke swapped some makeup products with me, and this is one of the products that she swapped, and I just don't love it. It has like glitter particles in it, and it doesn't look good on my skin. It's also a very warm bronzer, and I don't love warm bronzers, as you guys can see. Yeah, you can probably see in that swatch, maybe, just how like glittery it is and how like orangey it is. And I have a cool undertone to my skin, so orangey bronzers are just not the way, so I will be decluttering this. Okay, so that means I'm going to be keeping 5 bronzers and decluttering 1, which is pretty good, so I'm happy with that. I just don't have a ton of bronzers in my collection, so I couldn't see myself getting rid of any more than that. I do finish about 1 bronzer a year, so this is probably still very excessive, but I can't see myself decluttering any more of these. Alright guys, so that was my declutter. Thank you so much for watching. This was honestly so much fun to do. I enjoy curating my collection. I feel like it's good for me to kind of get excited about my products again, and seeing them all laid out kind of makes me realize why I am doing this project pan and why I am shopping my stash and why I'm just trying to have a better collection and a collection that I'm happier with. So I definitely feel happier with my collection now that I've decluttered a few products. I'm going to try every week or so to do a declutter until I finish all of my collection. So the next one will probably be eyeshadow palettes or foundations. I haven't really decided. We'll just see how I feel. It's kind of one of those things where I have to just see what I'm interested in decluttering that day, because I was super into going through my blushes, which is what started the whole blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I was just like, I was ready. I was ready to get rid of some blushes. So yeah, make sure to comment down below. Let me know if you like these kind of videos, if you want to see more declutters from my series, and also just what you want to see from my channel. I would love to film what you guys actually want to watch, so please let me know. Make sure to like this video if you have not already, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye guys!